Istanbul is one of the most populous cities in the world. So far, around 18 million people live in this city. Many times moving within the city by car or taxi can be quite overwhelming due to the large amount of traffic, especially during peak hours. That is why in today's video we will explain a little about the public transport system that you can use in Istanbul, which is quite effective, safe, and relatively affordable compared to other countries, especially within Europe. This way you'll be able to use your time in the city in a more effective way. And of course, you will save much more money than if you use taxis. Remember that in order to have access to the public transportation in the city, you need to buy the IsgtanbulKart, which will give you access to ferries, tram lines, metro, buses, cable cars, and others. The current price for the card is 50 Turkish liras, plus it also needs to be topped up. To check more about the IsgtanbulKart and where and how to buy it and top it up, you can watch this other video on our channel. This is a special train that connects the Asian side with the European side of the city, and it saves us a lot of time. This is a very convenient way for tourists staying either in Sultanahmet or Taksim because they can easily reach Üsküdar on the Asian side. If tourists are staying in Sultanahmet, then they need to take the Marmaray from Sirkeci station and get off in Üsküdar. On the other hand, if staying in Taksim or somewhere around Istiklal Street, then the metro in Taksim or Şişhane must be taken to Yenikapı direction and then transfer to the Marmaray Yenikapı station. Don't forget to get your money refund on your IsgtanbulKart once you leave the Marmaray train, and for that, you need to look for these gray machines before leaving any station. Istanbul has a wide metro system, but in this video we're going to explain only the metro line that connects two of the most touristy areas. These are the Old Peninsula and Taksim and Istiklal area. This is the M2 metro line that runs from Yenikapı in the Old Peninsula to Hacı Osman in Sarıyer district. If you're staying in Taksim, Istiklal Street or somewhere around Galata, then Taksim and Şişhane metro stations will connect you to the area near Grand Bazaar and Süleymaniye Mosque, which is in Besneciler metro station. This line is very convenient, plus its station Haliç offers some of the most stunning views of the city. In the city we can also find some tram lines. The most known one is the T1 line running from Kabataş to Bağcılar that also passes through Sultanahmet, Eminönü, and Karaköy, which is the closest area to Galata. The second one is the T2 nostalgic tram passing through Istiklal Street. This is the most known and photographed one in the city. And we also have the T3 running from Kadıköy on the Asian side, which also takes us to Moda. The newest tram line is the T5 that also passes through the neighborhoods of Balat, Fener, and Eyüp Sultan, where we can visit Pierlotti Hill. The closest station is Cibali and is near Haliç metro station. This tram line also takes us to Alibeköy bus terminal. This is a very convenient funicular that connects you to Karaköy and Galata. If you want to avoid going up the hill to Galata from Karaköy, then we recommend you taking it. The entrance is found just across the T1 tram line at Karaköy station. Also, Tunnel is the second oldest underground railway in the world, and it is so photogenic too. This is my favorite way of traveling from continent to continent because the views are amazing, especially during the sunset. Some of the main ports close to the touristy areas are Eminönü, Karaköy, Kabataş, and Beşiktaş, all in the European side, and Üsküdar and Kadıköy, both on the Asian side. From any of these ports, ferries to the Princess Islands can also be taken. There are two main ferry companies, TURYOL and Şehirhatları. The first company has small ferries, but the second one is my favorite because it has bigger ferries and is easier to find a better seat. Also, both have a website in English option where we can check the ferries timetables and available routes, as well as Bosphorus tours. We'll leave the official links in the description box and pinned comment. Şehirhatları also has an app available for iOS and Android users. You can look for it as Şehirhatları. We also have some cable cars in the city, but the one tourists mostly use is the TF2 line in Eyüp Sultan to go to Pirlotti Hill for those stunning views of the Golden Horn. Plus, with this, you'll avoid going up the hill by foot, which can be a bit challenging. In case that you're staying in Taksim and would like to go to Beşiktaş, Kabataş Ferry Port, or connect to T1 tram line that runs through Sultanahmet in a faster way, then you also have a funicular available, which is the F1 Taksim Kabataş line. You just enter Taksim metro station and you look the way to the funicular entrance. In less than 5 minutes, you'll be in Kabataş tram station and ready to go to your next destination. The app Metro Istanbul is very useful, where you can see timetables, network maps, lines, and even updated ticket prices for metro, tram, funicular, and cable car lines in Istanbul. Also, an English version is available. Another way is also using the buses, but due to the heavy traffic at peak hours, sometimes it's not that convenient. But I also wanted to mention it. You can find main bus stations near the tourist areas in Eminönü Port, next to the ferries from TURYOL company, near Taksim Square, and also there are plenty of buses running along the T1 tram line near Karaköy station. On the Asian side, in Üsküdar you'll find the main bus station across the port street, just next to the mosque, and in Kadıköy, just next to the ferry port too. For buses, the app Mobiet is very useful since it shows you the closest stops to your location, what buses pass, the timetable, and even how to go from point to point. Now that you know more about the public transportation system in Istanbul, it'll be much easier to move within the city. Trust me, the transportation here is really good and it's quite hard to get lost. Even if you cannot find your way right away, you can ask any local and they'll be happy to help you. If you found this video useful, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this every week. See you next time. Bye bye.